Oh, hello, everyone. Welcome to another Monday stream. It's time to start something new. We are doing some Chicken Police. Paint the Town Red. Yes, that's what it's called. So this is a game that came out 5 years ago by the Wild Gentleman. It's essentially a noir detective adventure game, but we play as funny animal people. And I played the demo for the sequel like 2 years ago, I think. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and see what the first one's like, and then move on to the second one at some point. When? Don't know, but we'll do it. Anyway, I'm hoping the game will basically kind of explain itself. So without much further ado, let's get into it. It's not often a case like this strolls into the stream. You think you've seen it all, but sometimes the streets can surprise you. Let's have ourselves a clucking good time in Chicken Police. Paint it red. Dead men are heavier than broken hearts. Raymond Chandler, The Big Sleep.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawvillie Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too. Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong? Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance. Every whiskey has the same color nowadays, at least in this price range. I promised myself I'd write a novel one day.
Same.
My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal. My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine, so I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes, just in case. She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
Look, it's an adventure game. I have to grab everything as soon as I can.
I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink. Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has. I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever. The Wild Gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground. We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight. This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter. M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants.
Hello, Errol. No, this is Chicken Vision.
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
Well, it's the good shoes. They don't last long.
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here whether I like it or not.
Hi, Errol. Hope you're doing well.
Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles.
The Notebook. The Notebook is the detective's best friend. Here you gather vital information about the case, the suspects or victims, and the locations you will visit. How does it work? Click on any text or picture in your notebook to read the translated version in your language. The Chicken Police is a famous detective duo. Santino's Sonny Featherland and Marty McChicken gained fame through a case the press called the Bloody New Year's Eve. They flew high for almost 10 years when a fateful brawl put an end to their legend. There is a series of novels about them by Meredith H. Marble. They had published 10 books over the course of 7 years before the series faded out of public interest, as did the Chicken Police themselves. I think we've seen everything in this room, except of course the person who's actually been standing here very politely, waiting to talk to us.
Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
Oh, like the guitar company.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've got to have one, and it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, Maybe some sherry?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Ah, thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
Oh, there we go. Pile of papers.
I don't even know what these papers are.
Anything else? Nope. Take a look. Deborah. Name, Deborah Ibanez. Species, Impala. Apseros malampus. Gender, female. Special feature, pretty and fragile. Nothing too special. Personal infos. She runs errands for her employer. A sophisticated lady, but I don't think she's from a particularly wealthy or influential family. City of Clawville. Clawville's been an independent city-state for more than 900 years. During the city's foundation, 4 nations had joined forces, represented by the 4 animal figures and the 4 hands on the crest of Clawville. In reality, the tribal alliance of the reptiles and the great insect clans has also played an essential part of the city's founding. But they never got to be represented on the crest. This gave birth to a political and cultural antagonism between the species. Clawville preserved its political autonomy and the dream that its only state is in the wilderness, and the dream that it's the only state in the wilderness where predator and prey of any race can live in peace. Hence the name, the City of 1,000 Colors. Aw. Hi, Guille. Welcome. I'm glad exams are over. I hope everything's doing well. The inventory. Here you will store all the essential items throughout the case.
Oh man, I totally get you.
What?
Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only my fake badge sitting in my cabinet, I feel more like a cop than I ever had before. More like a Clawville cop, anyway. I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now. Legs that go on for days. Deep, dark eyes. Silky skin and voice. You're in big trouble, pal. That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats, exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
All right. Let's begin questioning the dame. Focus on what you know about the suspect. Is he or she suspicious? Concentrate on that. John Doe. This fella is rather suspicious. I need to concentrate on that. Focus suspicions. Impressions suspicious. Detective meter plus minus. Okay. He is suspicious. I am suspicious. Why are you suspicious? Gather impressions from the suspect. Every impression adds a new question line. A new impression. Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. So many options. Detective meter is your best friend. It shows how well the questioning is going. Keep it on the positive side, okay? Blah, blah, blah. I like that. Plus 100%, plus 100 detective meter.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Impressions, shy. Okay.
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Tell me, which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
Oh no. Oh, no, that was plus 10.
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
All right.
What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Oh, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable.
Well, I am reliable.
And discreet.
That's right.
And thorough.
No question about that.
And has a heart of gold.
Okay, let's stop it right there. Do you think you're cut out for this kind of work?
Not in the slightest.
Then why all of this?
I just can't say no to Natasha.
Would she hurt you if you did?
No, of course not. She's my friend.
I see. Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino, I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other. If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland...
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
Please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
Oops.
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer. Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
Exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Yippee! Final thoughts, that's how you do it, partner. Not quite like old times, but you still got it. Excuse me. The old rooster still remembers some tricks, huh? Important clue, the employee Natasha's current significant other is the infamous gangster, Ibn Wessler. I cannot save. I wonder if must autosave then. The victim, a lady, is the target of some strange threats. All of them are written. The mysterious messenger, Miss Deborah Ibanez's employer, is a certain Miss Natasha Katsenko. The employer, Natasha's current significant other, is the infamous gangster, Ivan Wessler. She's afraid and she's secretive. Or she's just secretive and an outstanding actress. In any case, not everything she told me is true, I'm pretty sure about that. Her employer quickly bolsters the ranks of Ivan Wessler, to put it mildly. This explains a lot of fear surrounding Miss Ibanez. Natasha Katsenko, species cat, felis catus, gender female, special features. She has remarkably green eyes. She is definitely in trouble. So am I. She is the employer of Mrs. Deborah Ibanez. Allegedly, she's receiving some serious threats. Currently the girlfriend of the notorious gangster Ivan Wessler. This explains a lot of things, mainly the excessive secrecy. Name, Hobart Ivan Wessler. Species, rat, ratus. Special feature, good-looking, charismatic, and a cluckin' gangster. One of the most well-known gangsters of Clawville. Real estate mogul, bank director, museum owner, distiller, smuggler, and information broker. And that's only the half of what I've heard about him. He has his dirty little paws everywhere in the city's underworld. 3 gods are revered in most places across the wilderness. They're the great wild ones who make up the holy trinity of creation, destruction, and silence. Harati is the goddess of creation, Tapti is the god of destruction, and Nakvati is the genderless ghost of silence and nothingness, keeping the balance between creation and destruction in their never-ending conflict.
Legs that go on. Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints, you know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as a gentleman. And
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
Club SAR 555312. The most colorful club of the most colorful city. My city is on fire. Brand new hit from the Queen of the Night.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But...
All right. When can I visit?
Visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko, but there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
What did the note say again? Oh, I know Molly weather very well. Okay.
I know.
I know Molly very well. I'll find Natasha at the Tsar Club. Natasha must know my wife Molly from somewhere, or perhaps she has very good informants. I must find out what the connection is. Lewis. Name Lewis C. Hayworth. Species rabbit. Oricitologus cuniculus. Gender male. Special feature an old friend of mine. He is stuttering heavily when he talks. Lewis is the owner of the once reputable Atlas Hotel and a good friend of mine. At the moment, he's my landlord, only the two of us living in this unbelievably enormous hotel. He's crazy about detective stories, and he gladly helps me whenever I ask him. Lewis's number is 555-932. She owns the Tsar Club. Okay, cool. Hotel Atlas. This used to be a nice place. Now we're competing who gets swallowed by decay first. The hotel's winning, but honestly, I'm not that far behind. One of the most famous nightclubs in the city. Owners of the juiciest booties and hardest fists frequent this place. And it's famous for not serving cops, except if they're knee-deep in the dirt. Fuck, I don't remember his fucking name. 555-932. How do I dial? No.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No. Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
I like it when they do this as clunky as they really are. Yeah, like the old phone number, the old phone system, it works decently well. I kind of wish it made you, like, drag it. I know Murder Trivia Party, one of the penalty games, has you actually having to, like, drag it with, like, your finger or the mouse to dial it, and it's very funny how most people just do not understand how these work. I don't really know why I understand how they work. I don't think I've ever used one in person.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here, not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it, and now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
Part of becoming old. Welcome to the club. Yeah, but these are people who are like the same age as me. It's just that they were on their way out, like when I was a kid. Like they were basically gone. It's just not something that really anybody knows how to use anymore.
Why do I have the feeling these big Bambi eyes would get me into trouble? The good old rabbit. I can always count on him, even on New Year's Eve. Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me. I hope the old bunny had nothing important to do.
I want to pat Lewis on the head. He looks so soft.
This dame is an iceberg. 10% prettiness and 90% mystery. Could I ask you a few more questions, Deborah?
Feel free, Sonny. I've already told you more about myself than I wanted to.
Afraid you'll get your hands dirty?
I'm afraid I already did.
Do you think my whereabouts aren't a secret?
Do you think they ever were?
Well, I was hoping.
Clawville is a big city, but not so big that Santino Featherland can hide in it.
Oh, please. Flatter me more. So, Ibn Wessler, eh? You know you could have dropped the bomb a little earlier.
If I started with that, I'm sure you would have thrown me out.
You're right. He's one of the most dangerous gangsters in the city.
I only know he's an influential businessman.
Isn't that the same?
Not even you can see the world as that black and white. Sonny, I've already told you what I know. I've never read the message. My job was to give it to you and nothing more.
You really are this innocent, aren't you?
I'm not sure I get what you mean.
Let me give you some advice, sister. Leave the city and get as far as you can from the likes of Ibn Wessler.
It's not so simple, Mr. Featherland. My mistress needs me.
Is she really that important to you? That you drive around in the dead of night to questionable places to deliver messages you know absolutely nothing about?
I would do more than that for her.
I see. You're smooth. Real smooth.
Thank you, Mr. Featherland.
Sonny, please. Just Sonny.
Gay.
So this Natasha dame.
Look, I'm just the messenger. You have to talk to my mistress about the details. Miss Katsenko was very clear on this matter.
I see. But
Please, Sonny, let's not make this even more uncomfortable.
okay, understood. Let's drop it.
Thank you.
Hi, Dal. Indeed, gay alert. Alright.
I can always count on you. Thanks, old buddy.
Don't even mention it, my friend.
You got anything planned for today?
I thought I'd visit a nightclub. It's New Year's Eve, after all.
Well, I didn't mean to hold you up.
I'll ask a favor of you someday.
I owe you a lot of those, don't I?
That's true. I don't deny it.
I can always count. I hope.
Scene types. Main scenes. Main scenes move the story forward. These scenes also help determine which locations open up or close down. You need to complete all of them if you want to beat the game. Limited scenes. Limited scenes are open for a specific duration, which is determined by the main story progression. If you are a completionist, make sure to visit all of them before you move on to the next main scene. Closed scenes. Closed scenes cannot be reached for the time being. This state will often change throughout the story progression and can be temporary or permanent. Top tip. Pick the next scene if you are absolutely sure you don't want to visit any of the available limited scenes anymore. You may not be able to visit them later. Okay, we'll do that in a moment. 55531. Ooh. I am a completionist. Damn.
Clawvillie PD, how can I help you?
Nothing. Forget it.
Oh, fine. I was gonna see if he would ask if Sonny or Marty was in, but I guess not. What do we got in the clues? People, Deborah. She lied to me in many little things. The whole blackmail story she told me about should be taken with a grain of salt. Perhaps the whole shaker. Alright. Off we go to Clawvillie PD.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same, and the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawvillie is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night? I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawvillie, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
I'm going to take one moment to grab another cup of tea, but I shall return. Realistic chicken jump scare. Yes, they used like very high detail photos of the animals for their animal people. It's really good. Also, hello. I hope you're doing well. Do you like the aura, the filter? This game is so noir, it desaturated me too. Okay, be right back. Welcome back, everyone. The filter is goaded. Thanks, Del. I'm glad you.
Phyllis and Roy's. Two hedgehogs with an arrogance typical of novice cops. They're as prickly as they look. Officious little shitheads, but harmless.
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny, what you scratching at over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough
Big
luck,
boss.
boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bud. By the way, you're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy round here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce, I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
This game is incredibly charming.
The bullet hole in my crest is worth more than these two combined. By the way, what's with the raincoats? Couldn't you find an umbrella?
Why? Frank says it'll be rain. And see, it's raining. He's a frog, so he must know.
Yeah, well, I'm a rooster, but I hate getting up early.
Raincoats are just fine, okay. You have a problem with that, Sonny?
No, just, you know, the spikes sticking through and all.
Is something wrong with our spikes, chicken?
Yeah, you know what? Just forget it. The bullet hole. Whoa.
Yeah, truth be told.
Whoa. Don't you freeze, boys? It's cold outside.
Yeah, truth be told, I'll freeze to my bones, Sonny. Even through this jacket, I'm completely soaked.
Really? I don't know why.
Don't listen to him, Royce. And you got nothing better to do. Bugger off.
Okay. Just sometimes you two truly amaze me.
Yeah. The poster. Public service for the crown, for the king. We need you, citizen.
Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already. Actually, it's a kind of passive-aggressive game for us with the chief. I'm sure it's Blood Boil himself taping back the torn-off posters, like some maniac. He must have a dozen of those things in his bag for emergencies.
Ugh, I didn't think Clawvillie had a king, but I guess they do. It's so silly. This game is great like that. Bullet holes.
This happened when that old bloodhound, Blood Boil, was promoted to chief of police. The Castilia clan thought this would frighten the old hound, but they were so wrong. Retaliation came the next morning. Raids on 4 warehouses, a dozen bad guys dead, and twice as many busted. Nobody messed with old Blood Boil after that, or Chief Marrowbone, as they call him around here.
Blood Boil Marrowbone.
Could have been fixed up ages ago, but it was the chief's explicit demand not to. They can say a lot of things about the old hound, but he's got a sense of drama for sure. Could have been fixed up. I'm sure it's Blood Boil.
Gotta examine everything 1,000,000 times.
Did you miss me? No? Same here. We have a tough history, you and me. Maybe it's time to forget about the past, eh? We have a tough history. Back in the day, I used to patrol the city's streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages. If you drive a cop car in Clawvillie, You can do almost anything you want. Until you've got the red and blue on, nobody asks a damn thing. Maybe that's why cops are the biggest gangsters around here. If you drive a cop...
There's Phyllis. Name Carlton Phyllis. Species hedgehog. Iranaceus europaeus. Gender male. Special feature: I hate him! A real little ass plug. He is too small of a fish in the ocean to be worth bribing. Mason Roy's. Species porcupine. Hystrix cristata. Gender male. Special feature: I hate him almost as much as I hate his partner Phyllis. Big and dumb. It resembles my partner Marty a little, except that Roy's doesn't have a kind heart. Alright. Let's move on.
Here we are again. Clawvillie Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement. Honor, strength, unity. For the love of the wild gods, I'm gonna be sick. We used one of these as target practice once. Not out of disrespect. We were just too damn drunk. We used one of these... Marty drinks this shit. I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure it's gross and probably toxic. Today is not the day I'm gonna try this. For me, nothing beats the iron-flavored, turbid tap water.
Surprised you drink anything other than alcohol.
Today is not... Monica Rosen. Receptionist in theory, but in reality, she's doing literally everything around here. Like the beating heart of the PD. She's too good for this place, even for this city. Soft and ordinary, but also somehow cold and distant. The kind you'd like to invite for a coffee, but you know would say no, no matter who you are or what you do. Soft. Hey, Monica.
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those two prickly assholes told me he's emptying the magazines in the hole.
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so just sign here and you're good to go.
Thank you, darling.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
Soft.
Hey, Sonny, is everything all right?
Sure, everything's fine, Mon. I'm just distracted.
That's nice. Life is best if you let the adventures take you with them.
Jeez, Mon. Don't read so many romantic novels.
That was one of yours, actually. From the old Sonny. You used to love saying nice little things like that, remember?
I try not to.
We can't erase the past because we are the past ourselves, am I right?
Stop that right there.
Okay, okay. I'm just joking. Yes, Boss Bird?
Nothing. Carry on. I'll be fine.
Just don't make a mess, okay?
Boss Bird just sounds really cute.
What do you know about the Czar Club?
Nothing special. I've never been there. It's a famous place, though. Expensive cigars, unaffordable drinks, pretty gals. All the movie stars and politicians go there at least once a week.
And all the big shot mobsters, too, I've heard.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. Still living in the Atlas?
If something works, why change it, right?
Well, if you like it there.
Listen, Monica, you could, come by sometime for a drink or two, you know?
I didn't hear that, and you didn't say that.
Okay, got it. Sorry.
Anything else, Boss Bird?
Sonny, don't.
Do we have a file on Hobart, Ibn, Wessler?
Are you kidding me? We have a whole room just for him. Want the key? You can spend the remaining days of your paid holiday in there.
No thanks. Never mind. You're a bit sassy today, aren't you?
I'm sorry, Sonny, but I'm starting to shed my feathers because of this insane asylum. You know, New Year's Eve and Blood Boil's not here when he should be.
Somehow I'm not sorry about that.
Yeah, I bet you're not, Boss Bird.
Boss Bird. She's really good.
Natasha Katzenko. Interesting name. Is it real or just an alias?
It's supposed to be real, but who knows? Good question.
We have nothing on her. She's either clean or uses a fake name. Maybe both, but I don't think so. Aside from that, everyone knows what I know about her. Singer, star, the #1 babe in this town, so to speak.
Thanks, little bird. It's something.
Glad I could help.
Monica, you are too good for this station. Hi, Cat. Let's talk to Mort.
Mort Mardigan, a notorious deadbeat. Poor guy's been blind since his teenage years, but that doesn't stop him from running into trouble. What the cluck did he do this time? Poor old lizard. You've seen better days, haven't you? Poor old... Mort, you scabbiest beast. What the hell did you do?
It's Morty to you, sonny boy. Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat, am I right?
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve, after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess? Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Jesse is a good boy, Sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh? Still, Sonny, I have no one else. Do you understand that? Don't you?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
Well, I'm not what I used to be. But neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
Hey, careful with that. Buffalo Malloy is the chief today.
Like I care.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon.
A stool pigeon.
Poor old...
Tell me, sonny boy, how's Molly and the little chickie?
You really know how to hurt a guy.
Is something wrong?
They no longer live with me, Mort. For a few years now. And to be honest, we're not really in touch.
I'm sorry, pal. I didn't want to reopen old wounds.
It's all right, Morty. Let's drop it. Everything all right, Lizard Wizard?
Yeah, it will be as soon as I'm out of here.
Detective Chow Hound Bosco. He thinks he's a real alpha, but nah, he's just a lapdog. He's not a bad boy, by the way.
Yeah,
He's not a bad boy.
he's not a bad boy, by the way. Lizard Wizard, you know what? I feel pretty bad for Mort. Let's see if we can help him.
Holy wild ones, look what the cat dragged in.
Hello to you too, Bosco. I see you're busy, as always.
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints. You know how it goes. And boom, this son of a lizard comes flying out the window. I didn't know the lizards could fly. So, Mort was being a bad boy again. Nothing unusual. And you? Still dying?
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to you.
All right. No need to bite. Wasn't trying to mess with you. You have Moses and Plato for that. And of course, Blood Boil.
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight.
Looking for Marty, eh? Ever since you left, he's kind of lost. He's trying to hide it, but he's not the same bird.
Well, I don't think we'll have a teary reunion, thinking about how we parted.
Let me give you some advice, Sonny. Let him rage. He'll be the same after that. Anyway, he was the one that shot you, right? You should be mad, not him.
It's not that simple, Bosco, but we'll see how he reacts. Thanks anyway.
No worries, pal.
So one thing I want to mention that I noticed is Mort has like scales on his arms that go to about his wrists, and then Bosco has like fur coming out of his sleeves. It's just really adorable.
How are the pups?
They're real monsters. Life's a living hell. But it'd be even worse without them, you know?
Yeah, you're telling me.
Oh, right. Sorry.
And how's life without the chicken police?
Unfortunately, the worst half is still here. But it's good. It's so uneventful. What a coincidence.
Want me to make a scene?
No, I'm fine without it, really.
Listen, Bosco, do you need this mess with Mort?
Like hell I do. But what can I do when he's almost beat a fucking giraffe to death?
A giraffe? Never mind, it's New Year's Eve. There's a brawl like this in every joint of the city, and you know that. He's just a loser, and also blind. Maybe someone just stuck that broken mug in his hand.
You know that's not what happened.
Of course I know.
All right, I'll let him go. We don't need him yelling in here all night. I'll write the report and throw him out. But he'd better not end up back in here again tonight.
I'll have a talk with him. Keep up the good work. You're a good boy, Bosco.
Cluck off, Sonny.
Keep up the good work. He's not a Just sign any bullshit testimony they shove in your face, and you're free to go. Bosco also wants to get through with it, just like you.
Thanks, Sonny. Much obliged.
You owe me another one, old man, and I won't forget it.
You can count on me, Sonny boy. I'll help if I can.
Just sign any...
Thank you. You can...
One of Blood Boil's favorites. Mainly because he's a dog, of course. One of Blood Boil's... Officer Jardine. They say she's clever, smart, and dangerous. We need more of her kind in here. This is gonna be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding. I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a try.
Keep your gun clean, Mr. Lawman. Hey you, if you let the ammunition boxes... If you left the ammunition boxes open again, I'll kick your clucking ass, Marty.
Long thighs and a big gun. That's Marty's idea of a perfect woman. Can't blame him for it. Hello, Cassandra. I hope we'll meet again. Oh God, I'm starting to sound like Marty. That little note down there. What can I say? Classic Marty. That little note... Claudia. Tiny, dark, and angry, and hits you where it hurts the most.
Yeah, I mean, gun and long thighs. Hard to say no to that. So he's got a little snub-nosed revolver. What looks to be a 1911? No, it is an A1. Okay, yeah, because of the cut in the trigger guard. And then a Thompson. Is the ejection port not there? Where's the ejection? The ejection port should be behind the behind the bolt, the magazine, and then of course Browning Auto 5.
Marty only uses her in very dark cases, and on those nights she almost always takes a life, or maybe two. Marty only... I know her well. Marty calls her Susie, and I have to say, this little she-devil pulled us out of many tough situations over the years. Marty has a dozen guns, but Susie's one of his favorites. He got her from a fish we rescued from muddy waters together. Those were the days. Marty has a... I believe this piece is forbidden. Cops can't use it, but this is Marty's personal collection, so it doesn't matter. At least nobody has ever complained. Linda. Or maybe Layla. Can't remember. Fortunately, I had the displeasure of meeting her only a couple of times on duty. She bites. Just like the women Marty loves.
Marty's got good taste.
Linda.
Big Bertha 2.
Her Majesty Big Bertha. Or rather, Big Bertha 2, because there was one before her. A sawed-off little broad, but we lost her in a swamp. Marty cried for a week. But once he saw this giant lady here, the balance of the universe was restored. I still remember her kiss. What can I say? It's the experience of a lifetime.
Oh God, he shot you with the shotgun? Brutal. Oh, I can do shooting practice. Get a hint. Aim your gun at the enemies and avoid shooting the hostages. Simple as that. Shooting enemies increases your points and remaining time, while hitting hostages does the opposite. It's all up to you. Choose wisely and fire away. You'll need to reload your gun after 6 shots, just like in the Western, but even faster. Why is he having to... like this default Unity font for the shooting range. Cool. Achievement unlocked. That... Score at least 5,000 points. Okay. Oh, that's what happened. I clicked exit to the menu and not leave shooting. Keep doing it.
Marty looks good. Big and loud and angry as always. Marty looks good. Hey, Marty.
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, Boss Bird. Were you lost? This is the PD building, you know?
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
Well, at least you are. Better than anyone, huh?
Marty, come on, let's forget that. What's past is past.
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty, you shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well, it's a start.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
Fizz, thanks so much for the raid. I believe you were doing some Monster Hunter Wild, right? Yeah, nice. I hope you had a good time with that. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Soroka, the Magpie Treasure Hunting VTuber, and today we're looking at chicken. Paint it red.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh, damn, Sonny. Stop it right there. I'm in.
That's it?
Do you know how boring life is here without your stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough, I'll shoot all the ammo in here out of boredom. Right, so, tell me, what's it about?
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your shotgun, okay? Bertha stays.
Okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to hear.
Sonny, let him bring the shotgun. Ugh. Did you have a good time, Fizz? What were you doing in Wilds?
Marty looks good. Hey, Marty, what about Laura? How come she didn't eat you yet?
Yeah, very funny. We're good, by the way. Mostly. As good as we can be after all these years.
Glad to hear it.
She asks a lot about you.
Really?
Yeah. She always hated you for getting me into trouble all the time.
Understandable.
But she also felt sorry for you.
Ah, well, thanks. That's much better.
If I'm honest with you, she loved the chicken police, Marty, better than this one.
Well, I think I'll take that as a compliment.
Whatever, Sonny. So, Sonny, you still limping?
The pellets tore my right hip to pieces. So, yes, the doctor says I'll limp forever.
Good to hear that.
Fuck off.
Oh shit, he didn't say cluck off. Got all the new stuff and some extras. Dorashia, temporary Musicine, and the rank and all the arenas in Bombful. Be done. I looked at him with suspicion. A logic just didn't cluck. Hello, hero girls. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good time with Armored Core.
Can we go finally, or are you waiting for a big warm hug?
Let's get out of here before I get detained for gutting you.
Lovely and peaceful as always. Welcome back, Boss Bird.
Nice. I hope wife is having a good time with it.
Can we go finally?
Let's get...
Marty McChicken. Species, chicken. Gallus domesticus. Gender, male. Special feature, unusual height and weight for a fowl. Shining white feathers. He shot me once, and I deserved it. We've been partners for almost 10 long, hard years. Well, we were, because now he's only helping me unofficially until I wrap up this case. Marty is a hothead with a hard fist, but he's loyal until the end, and I can count on him in every way. Especially if guns are in the picture. That's when he reveals his true self, and that's when I don't ever want to get in his way. Not more. Marty's fiancée is Laura, a beautiful, warm-hearted predator. I don't know what she sees in Marty, but he is too damn lucky to have such a woman for him. Alright, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we shall return with more. Welcome back.
Still drink coffee?
Yeah, my only poison. Except for guns, of course. And women.
We could visit our old haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hop dog. I'm in. Oh, and maybe we'll get into a little fight too, huh?
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like last time?
Those were different times, Marty. With a different Sonny.
Well, all right. To the city then.
You don't have to come with me, you know.
Okay, I know. Let's go. Sonny, there's a little problem.
Not so little, and it smells, too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well, It seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
Just kidding. Sort of.
Thanks, Fizz.
When you left...
When Blood Boil kicked me out, you mean?
Yeah. So, that affected even her.
Why? Because she can do her job in peace, finally?
You know that's not what I mean.
Yeah, I guess. An angel in the form of a fragile little bird.
Yep, that's her.
I'm a fragile little bird.
An angel?
Yep.
We're leaving, sweetheart.
Stay safe, boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty. I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica. We can take care of ourselves. Mostly.
Okay, but take care of each other, too.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Monica. Remember that invitation from the other day?
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry, Marty. I'd love to, but I've got a lot of work to do. You know how it is. Please tell your sweetheart that I'm sorry.
Okay, I understand. No problem.
We'll meet at the annual party anyway, right?
Yeah, that's true. I'll tell Laura.
I have a strange feeling that we'll meet again tonight.
Strange. I have that feeling, too.
That's weird. I was just thinking the same thing.
Okay.
I have a strange...
That's weird.
Maybe next time. I'm not in the mood to meet any of my ex-colleagues right now.
Oof, I gotta say, good old Bosco looks like shit.
Yeah, like a beaten dog.
Well, you, on the other hand, you just got older. Way older.
Shut the clock up, Marty. Maybe he's worth asking a thing or two.
Yeah, that flea bag can be useful.
Maybe he's...
Yeah. I see you're swamped, buddy.
I've sent the old lizard away. I don't need him to foul the air anymore. I hate his kind anyway.
Wow.
Well, because he's a reptile.
No, because he's a good-for-nothing piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And you? Are you letting off some steam?
Something like that. We'll go and check out some seedy joint. We're cops, after all, ain't we? And this is still Clawville.
That's true, pal. Protect and serve.
Eesh, get a room, you two.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
I see blood boils here. We're in deep guano for sure, Marty.
Isn't it your lucky day, huh? Are you thinking about some stupid shit again?
We? Excuse me, sir, but what do you mean?
Great wilderness. Just keep a low profile, will you? It's New Year's Eve. We have enough dangerous lunatics running around already.
Don't worry, Chowhound. We know what we're doing.
Yeah, of course you do. That's what I'm afraid of.
Hey, listen, Bosco. I wanted to ask you this for so long. Can I pet you? Just a little?
One more word, and I'll bite off your arm.
Oh, hey, easy. I'm just kidding.
Guys, I'm really gonna miss this when I retire.
Hey, listen, boss.
Guys, maybe he's...
Yeah.
What have you heard about the Hop Dog? Is it still standing?
Yeah, it is. But I don't frequent that neighborhood. You shouldn't either. Things have escalated there recently.
What do you know about Ibn Wessler? What's the old rat been up to lately?
They say he's keeping a pretty low profile these days. But he's been seen in the company of the Attorney General.
Attorney General Hamtaro, eh? That's interesting. Thanks.
Why are you so interested in that rat? If you want another hole in your comb, I could help you too, you know.
It's just professional curiosity.
Yeah, of course. And I'm a fluffy little Labrador.
Whoa, you forgot to mention this nugget about the case, Sonny. Ibn-clucking Wessler? What the hell did you get into?
Far as I remember, you didn't let me tell you in the first place. Well, you're in now. No way back.
You're a piece of shit, Sonny, you hear me? What's this all about?
Easy, chicken. I'll tell you everything soon enough. Let's just get the hell out of here first.
If I already told you it's a pleasure working with you again?
No, but that's always good to hear, partner.
Cluck off.
Why is it so quiet in here? Shouldn't it be a madhouse by now?
The midnight madness is yet to come, Sonny. Just wait for it.
My time's too valuable for that, pal.
And you're trespassing. Rules of suspension, remember? I can see you're up to no good.
Who, us? Ridiculous.
If you say so. But I advise you to keep it low. Especially you, Sonny. How many days do you have until retirement?
121. 120 soon.
Don't be a knucklehead and get yourself fired.
Thanks for your eternal wisdom, Bosco. I'm definitely coming to you again next time.
The chief doesn't seem to be in a good mood. But he never is, actually.
Great Wilderness is heat I might take back. You should. Just steal it. Just go for it.
We have no business there.
Like that's ever stopped us before.
Honestly, I have a really bad feeling about this.
What a surprise. The two pigeons back together. And without my permission, of course.
Chief Bloodboil.
Damn.
What was that, Santino?
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening. Am I right?
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, careful with the racist barking, old hound.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this part? It's New Year's after all.
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve, and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially. Fuck off right now, Santino.
Sunny likes sunny side up. Exactly. But really, seems like our eggs are gonna get scrambled.
Honestly?
What is it, Santino?
Nothing, sir.
And you need something, Martin?
No, sir.
Then get out of my sight, birds.
Look at these two simpletons.
They don't even realize their jackets are full of holes.
For the wild God's sake, don't dare tell them.
I already tried, but nothing happened.
Figures.
Looking at these two, I think our world is ready to be annihilated. Hello, gents. Everything all right?
Aye, everything's just fine, Sonny.
Well, look, the chick police are together again. What a time to be alive. Am I right, Royce?
You're right, Foss.
Hey, that reminds me. Look at what I found under my coat. It's Her Majesty Big Bertha in the flesh.
Whoa, don't shoot. We were just joking, okay? We don't want any trouble.
Yeah, I was just joking too. I'll never get bored with these two. They're so cute.
I wonder why they thought you would shoot at another cop.
Hey, it's just happened once, okay? Am I right, boys?
You're right, Marty. And we all know it was an accident.
See?
I'm glad that Marty, despite asking if he could bring the shotgun, and we said no, are you insane? He brought it anyway. Classic Marty behavior.
What is it, chickens?
Look, Marty, the pincushion can talk.
Amazing.
Fuck off.
How many days did we have our first squad car?
About 3, I think, before we crashed into that tank of acid.
We? You crashed it. Don't blame it on me, Marty. I was unconscious, if I remember correctly.
That's your problem, boss. You should be more careful with low-hanging concrete blocks next time.
Yeah, I've been paying attention to that ever since.
Do you remember? The car was melted and blown to pieces. Blood Boil was furious. Ah, good times.
Time sure makes memories golden, huh? Luckily back then, he didn't have the power to fire us.
Couldn't leave his girl behind. You know what? Honestly, that's understandable. If I had an Auto 5, I would take her everywhere too.
Sometimes I miss the old times when everything was so simple. Sometimes...
Codex Altera. Oh no, Moses and Plato. Moses is a Tibetan sand fox, and Plato is a palace cat. They're old rivals of Sunny and Marty, currently working at the Clawville PD's homicide division. Altera. The two-headed continent, Altera, might be the second biggest of the 3 continents of the wilderness, but it's the home of the most advanced and most influential states in the world, like Nautica, the Stoosardom, Avira, Vilicia, and Swolasso, Vlavoslavia, or the Fron Empire, and of course, Clawville, the city of 1,000 colors. The Hive, Roachtown, or Cobbler District. The Cobbler District, also known as the Hive or Roachtown, was once part of the city, but then became a walled-off ghetto, where 98% of the world city's insect population is forced to live. Currently, the biggest threat to the city are the riots in the Hive that have almost driven the city-state to the brink of civil war multiple times already. Hot Dog. This place is famous for its exceptional coffee and the exceptionally frequent whims that take place around it. Well, it's not an assurance of life operating any joint outside of Roachtown. Sour Club, one of the most famous nightclubs in the city. Owners of the... Wait, what? How did we not... We already read that. Blood Boil. Blood Boil? Blood Skull. Name, Lucius Wilford Bloodboil. Species, dog. Canis lupus familiaris. Gender, male. Special feature, the chief is a real legend. He also hates me. He is my boss and the living statue of justice. He is tough, ruthless, and above all, unbribable. And of course, he is a racist bastard. But still, I don't want to be here when he retires to witness how chaos devours Clawville for good. Zip. Zip H. Murphy. Species, raccoon. Procyon lotor. Gender, male. Special feature, an old enemy who became a good friend over the years. Huh. Wonder when we'll say hello to him. Alright. The SAR Club. Hotel Atlas. Oh, we can go back to the Hotel Atlas. Sure, why not?
Yeesh. My condolences, pal. I see your cleaning lady died.
Yeah, she set foot in the bedroom once. I haven't seen her since. I didn't dare to go after her.
Oh, I wouldn't want to go in there either. But what's that smell?
Cigarettes and whiskey.
Yeah, with a hint of dirty laundry, but no, this is lavender?
Ah, that. Now, that's got to be the Ibanez dame. You know, the broad who gave me the letter. And the job, obviously.
Ah, pretty, huh? I can smell it. She's an exotic, too. An impala, maybe?
Furry hell. That's why Chief Inspector Bloodboil hates you so much. He's jealous because your nose is better than a clucking bloodhound.
The bitter old dog. He just hates all foul.
Ah, true. Except for Monica.
Monica's a fairy, not a bird. So, what now?
Well, let's gather my stuff and head to the club. We gotta find out who this Natasha is and what she wants from us. I mean, what she really wants.
After you, Boss Bird. I wouldn't like to touch anything in here anyway. If it's okay, I'll just stand around and stare out the window.
Sure, just do it quietly. My wife took all the good ones. She knew they'd only gathered dust here, and she was right. My wife took all...
Have you started on your great novel yet?
I've already started working on my will, but I realized I'd have to leave everything to you, so cluck that.
Huh, pity. I've always wanted a chicken coop smelling like old socks and bourbon.
You'll have to earn it first, Marty. I can't even remember the last time I used this. I'm gonna clean up here one day. Yeah, and one day the sun's gonna explode too.
Bourbon Musk.
I'm gonna clean up here.
I'm gonna clean up. Wonder if we could call the club. What is it? 555312.
Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? Hello? Do you hear me? Well, bye then.
Well,
it's quite the party over there.
That's good. It'll be easier to mingle that way.
If we get there in time.
Yeah, we better go.
You're getting older, Marty. You look like shit.
Ah, gee, thanks.
I thought angels don't grow old.
Ah, leave it, will ya?
Sure. Boo-hoo, huh?
Why are you staring at me like that?
I was just thinking about, what the hell are we looking for anyway?
Jeez, old bird. You want to look around, remember?
No, I mean figuratively.
Oh, well then it's a good question. Hanged if I know.
Thanks for your help, partner. It's a pleasure to work with you again.
Ah, don't mention it, boss. Why are you staring? Don't. When was the last time I was here?
I don't know. Years ago. When Molly left.
Whew, that was a wild night.
Yeah.
You know, Sonny, you can call me. Not just when you want to investigate some shady case from a shady dame and you need a big meat shield to cover your ass.
Times have changed, Marty. And I don't call anyone.
All right, Boss Bird. Whatever you say.
I'm an alpha rooster. I solve all my problems by drinking heavily.
I suppose 2 shots was enough for today. At least until we learn what this Natasha woman really wants. I suppose... Maybe I'm really gonna write that novel. If I make it to retirement alive, of course.
Oh my.
So, am I staring quietly enough?
Well, the floor's creaking a bit when you shift your weight, so,
You're an asshole. You have what we came for?
I just want to look around a little. I'm ready. Yeah.
All right, Sonny. Then grab your map and let's hit the road. Why are you staring? Don't. You have what? All right.
Have you been there before?
Never. You know, it's not my style. It's too fancy for me. I'm more like the smoky, smelly, ramshackle little joint type.
Yeah, same here.
But we're not gonna mingle like this, right?
We're not searching for a tailor on New Year's Eve, okay? We'll go as we are.
That'll be exciting.
Let's just stay out of trouble, okay?
What trouble?
That's the spirit.
So she just turned up with a message and this flyer, and you fell for it?
Maybe I was bored. Or maybe there's more to this thing than meets the eye.
Yeah, there's always more.
Maybe I just wanted to meet you for old time's sake.
That's not funny.
I've never had a good sense of humor. You know that better than anyone.
That's for sure. So the Tsar Club, huh? My city's on fire. Sounds good. But that's all? It's kind of weak for a clue.
It's not a clue. It's just a guide. By the way, it's New Year's Eve. We deserve some fun, right?
Well, that's true. But it's never that easy with you, Boss Bird. There's something you're not telling me, right?
Nothing important, Marty.
Yeah, if you say so. Oh, hi, Mr. Sinclair. How are we?
Sinclair is doing fine, thanks. Anyway, you still talk to your guns?
Yeah, and so what? Other animals talk to their plants. Crazy, isn't it? At least a gun has a soul, and it's useful.
I can't believe you're allowed to walk around freely, Birdie.
Oh, if you only knew what I'm packing right now.
I don't want to know what's under your feathers, Marty.
Whoa.
Maybe in another lifetime, old bird.
It would be best to board it up. It'd go well with this rundown neighborhood.
It may be run down, but somehow I still feel like it's honest.
Sure, you could live in Cockroach Town. That's an honest place, too. Has a similar stink.
Believe me, Marty, I thought about it.
Why am I not surprised? When was the last time you've slept in your bedroom?
I don't know. I'm not sure I'd even recognize it anymore.
You're hopeless, boss.
I guess you're right. My bedroom. Sort of. Just a bunch of useless crap in there. Just a bunch of...
So this is them.
Yeah, the Wild Gentlemen. They were role models when I was a kid.
Well, you must have been a weird kid. Which ain't surprising. My idols were the White Wolf and Super Squirrel.
The White Wolf, eh? Explains a lot. You know, when I was back in Averia, Clawville and the whole let's live together in peace bullshit seemed like an unattainable dream. Those guys made it happen. The city rose from the ashes of the Great Fire.
Yeah, but look at it now. And what would have become of you if you hadn't ended up in Clawville? Maybe you'd even be happy?
Perhaps.
Those guys were something, huh?
Nowadays, I don't know what they were, or what I believed they were.
Say, Boss Bird, did you read poetry now?
No. Why?
Because you're going nuts.
Well, thanks.
Those guys...
Well...
The old days. You know, I miss him sometimes.
What? The hype? Us as celebrity cops?
Nah, the work, the buzz, the phone ringing at 4 a.m. and knowing if you pick it up, you'll be dragged into something terrible, because that's your job. And of course, you pick it up every clucking time.
I'm not sure it's healthy to enjoy that.
Hey, no healthy animal becomes a cop in Clawville.
Yeah, true. It's like it wasn't even us.
You're not becoming sentimental, are you?
No, I mean, we were suckers for sure, but looking back now, I feel at least we knew what we wanted.
I still know what I want.
And what do you want, Marty?
A lovely wedding and a long honeymoon. Laura deserves it. And I also want Blood Boil's job.
A rooster's never gonna be police chief, Marty. Not at this time. Not in this place.
Thanks for putting me in my place all the time. I hope you don't call me again for another 5 years.
It's like it wasn't even...
Man, I can't imagine how you feel. The only good thing you ever had, huh?
Shut up, Marty.
Sure. She was the one, right? I mean, the one. So?
Marty, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear a single word. Are we clear?
Oh, jeez, calm down, Boss Bird. She was the... Who's that shaggy creature?
That's M.B. Davis, you bird brain.
Politician?
Am I gonna have to smash your beak?
Seriously, I don't know who the hell he is. I know. He's the guy who smuggled cocaine in his prosthetic leg, isn't he?
One more word about Mr. Davis, Marty, and I'm gonna wring that ham-sized neck of yours.
You don't have to cock a doodle immediately, you know. I'm just clucking with you, okay?
Except the difference here, Hero Girls, is that this is a jazz musician, so someone of actual worth and value.
I know.
What?
I didn't know you used to be a kindergarten teacher. But leather?
It's history, so back off.
I'm touched by the trust you have in me, Boss Bird.
There are things better left undisturbed, okay?
Yeah, got it.
I think I forgot to click on this picture the first time around. But yeah, I guess he's a kindergartner. He was a teacher at some point.
You weren't an orphan, were you? That would explain a lot, you know? You've never talked about your family.
No, I wasn't an orphan. My parents are dead, but most of my family still lives somewhere in Averia.
Then what the hell still keeps you in Clawville? There's nothing remotely good here, especially nothing as good as a family.
I had my own family, Marty. Not anymore. And Clawville is my home, like it or not, because that's what I deserve.
Ooh, okay, I get it. You weren't an orphan, were you?
Also, I'm realizing Averia is probably where all the birds are from. Ah, here we go. Averia, a country inhabited exclusively by birds. It's a picturesque modern place governed by a democratic parliament. It's bordered by 2 seas, and its economy is built mostly on air transport, commerce, and its aerial military. The country's on neutral terms with almost every other nation, and except for the Great Meat War, had kept this standpoint all throughout known history. The Wild Gentleman, a civilian organization started by the foremost influential and wealthiest animals in the city. The fire of 867 had almost completely wiped Clawville off the face of the wilderness when the Wild Gentlemen intervened and built the city anew using all their money and influence. They were heroes, at least they were well regarded as such. Some believe the fire was their doing and it was all part of a national conspiracy, but most likely we'll never know the truth. The Great Fire of Clawville. Not long after the Meat War and the following economic crisis, in 893, a fire almost destroyed the entire city of Clawville. Originated in the Ratwell district, not even the River Thames was able to stand in its way. It was fiery hell incarnate, after which the city would be built up again almost from scratch. Leather and fur. Leather and fur used to be high fashion, but nowadays, especially in Clawville, the use of real leather and fur is quite rare. It's not totally illegal to wear those kinds of clothes, yet, if you can afford it, but it's quite despicable, to put it mildly. Is Sonny's coat real leather? Alright, to the hop dog.
The hop dog was like the last warning. You can still turn back. My eyes lingered on the sign. An enormous dog. Like a neon god with limitless power over cheap hot dogs, plastic hamburgers, and watered-down coffee. The cold light called me, but I didn't want to get out of the car. If we went in, we were all gonna be pancakes, kept together by cold syrup. Marty's worried look shook me out of my reverie. Oh, cluck. Was I talking to myself again?
There used to be such life around here before it became an insect ghetto.
That was a very long time ago, Marty.
I was a little chick, and the hop dog had the best pancakes in the entire city.
Well, since Zip became the owner, the cook, and the waitress, I imagine it's all gone downhill.
True.
But at least the coffee's good.
That's right. I have no idea what that mongrel's doing with it, and I don't want to know, but its aroma is unbeatable.
Oh, Zip runs the hot dog. Okay. I absolutely missed that. Leather is murder. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how this whole society works, but if leather, like the only way you can get leather and fur is from a sentient animal people, then yeah, I can imagine it's not really well regarded to wear that kind of stuff.
Roachtown always gives me the creeps.
Hey, don't call it that. It's not okay. Whatever happened here, it's still the Cobbler District.
Old memories?
We used to live here a while with my mother. There used to be a small ice cream shop around here, and a baker. The whole area smelled like fresh bread. Smelled like home.
How could we turn it into a slum?
Good question.
Let's pray to the gods we'll never have to work here again. Do you remember that case? With that fly called Novak?
Great wild ones. How could I ever forget that?
Let's pray to the...
Well, I'm sorry, Sonny, but the name of the sequel is literally called The Hive, so you gotta go into Roachtown eventually.
Look at the poor bastard.
He's looking okay, Marty. Remember what we saw when we worked at the Hive?
Wild ones. Don't even remind me. Trying to forget that shit every day.
It's been even worse since. I guess you heard about the riots.
Who hasn't? You know, people are afraid that the Great Fire will happen again, and those hive houses are pretty flammable.
I don't speak of the devil, Marty. But to be honest, I have no idea how this insect matter can be solved.
I do. We just open the ghettos and let the insects live among us like they did for centuries.
Your heart is pure gold, buddy. But you know it's not that easy. Clawville isn't what it used to be.
Maybe he can't understand what we're saying.
Or he just doesn't want to talk to us. Which I can understand, considering how most of the animals treat these poor bastards.
Indifference is almost as harmful, Sonny.
You think I'm indifferent about the insect issue?
I didn't say that, boss.
I'm not indifferent. I just think we've simply gone too far to even make it right.
It's never too late to change, Sonny.
I hope you're right.
Well, it certainly doesn't bug him. Oh, I'm gonna put you in timeout for that one.
Peaceful, isn't it?
Because the whole town's probably drunk by now.
Maybe that's the only way it can bear itself.
Doesn't it remind you of someone?
Shut up, Marty.
Got you there, old bird. Even though it's a mess, I still can't imagine living anyplace else.
You know what? I envy you for that.
Even though it's a...
You know what? You know what?
Ah, is that the Kite and Blues?
I think so. It has a unique sound to it, that's for sure.
I'd like to visit the Hive again, when things lighten up a little.
Yeah, and when they welcome cops again.
Yeah, right. Ah, is that the... yeah.
Hey, pal. Can you hear me?
Is he deaf?
I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't understand what I'm saying.
Or he doesn't want to.
That's also very likely.
Poor Bug Eyes.
At least he's playing music. I mean, he's doing something. Most of the destitute take up drinking or drugs. Or worse.
You know about the light.
You mean the light the insects believe in?
Yeah, their afterlife. If they want to go into the light, they set themselves on fire.
Yeah, I've heard that. Maybe it's not a bad way to go.
That depends on your point of view.
It's just like Elden Ring. Just like Elden Ring.
Could this wreck belong to Zip?
Well, it's a wreck just like him, so I guess it could.
It's sad that everything's rotting away.
It is, especially a beauty like that.
Yeah.
Once this broken down old car was new and shiny. Am I a broken down old car too?
The god of pancakes.
Are you sure that thing's a dog? I always wondered.
The name Hop Dog is quite a giveaway. Don't you think so, Mr. Detective?
Sometimes the most natural connections lead us astray.
Who said that?
A natural-born genius?
Yeah, right. That sign gives me the creeps.
I'm not surprised.
That sign
I'm not surprised.
Warning, we don't serve bugs here.
Of all that's furry.
Is this still a thing?
The situation's getting even worse, Marty. Have you heard how the young mothers of the Cobbler District are forced to make a living?
I have no idea what goes on in the hive, Sonny. I don't think I want to know. But you're still gonna tell me, right?
Prostitution is the lesser evil. What's worse is that some folks have to sell their kids when they're still larvae.
Wait, what? Why?
They pay a hefty sum for each of them downtown. They sell them as gourmet food in the most expensive restaurants.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
We made this city, Marty. Clawville didn't do this to itself. Don't ever forget that.
Zip is a tricky little son of a bitch. He always has been. But seeing this, I didn't know him to be like this.
Me neither, Marty. But maybe this neighborhood changed him. Or the city.
Yeah, maybe.
This makes the bile rise in my waddle.
Yeah, me too.
This makes the...
Yeah.
This makes the...
Yeah.
This makes the... Is there a keybind for looking at stuff? Maybe. Who knows?
Ugh, the place is deserted. Poor Zip.
You're right.
Yeah, the guy's middle name is Bad Luck.
That's for sure.
Oh, okay. Fly with me, baby. Gaston Mavis, the new star of rock and roll.
And voila, the master himself.
What a finch.
Sonny, he's a pigeon, not a finch.
Don't make me angry, Marty.
Okay, I was only joking. In another life, I'd love to be a rock star.
You're already one, Marty. For me.
Ah, thanks, boss.
Kids these days and their crazy music. What would old M.B. Davis say to this garbage? Kids these... The highlight of my day.
Yeah, I can smell it already. How does he make the coffee here so special?
Look at that mangy trash panda and tell me, do you really want to know?
You're right.
As always.
In my day, when bass had respect. You mean that instrument that sounds like a guitar but plain? That plain old instrument that wishes it was a guitar?
Ah, this will do.
Until tomorrow morning, at least.
That's right.
Someone once said that everything's backwards in Clawville. The beer's always warm and the coffee's always cold. Well, I guess I'm starting to understand what he meant.
Menu: hot dog, snack, and coffee. Almost ham and tomato. Toasted sandwich with synthetic meat. Quasi meat and cheese. Toasted sandwich with synthetic meat. All but bacon and chocolate. Toasted sandwich with synthetic meat. All for foul pancakes. Pancake with hemp seed, chocolate, and black onions. Touche souffle. Peanut souffle with synthetic meat. Smellin' souffle. Peanut coffee with parched vegetables. Just like home, huh? Burgers and hot dogs. Old Zip knows best. Supersized hot dog with synthetic sausage, chocolate mix, and devil horn paprika. Grass dog, Savannah style. Savannah style hot dog with 5 kinds of grass. Step Burger 2000. Veggie burger with diddly squat and sour root salad. CS Superstar. Supersized burger with 12 types of algae. Hot dog. Normal sized hot dog with 4 kinds of synthetic meat. Zips coffee, 10.
You still don't eat meat, old man?
I'm a rooster, a chicken. Why the hell would I eat meat?
I don't mean real meat. I'm not a lunatic. But a meat substitute? There's about 10 different kinds. Have you never tried any of them?
Why would I? If I don't eat meat, why would I eat a substitute?
Because you can. That's the point.
Wild gods, Marty. Stop being such a sheep. Do you fall for those adverts?
Substitute isn't meat, Sonny. And if it's tasty, why wouldn't I eat it?
I don't care what you eat. But don't be surprised when you lose all your feathers or you try to bite off your own leg one day.
Ooh, a nice pancake with hemp seed, chocolate, and black onions?
I'd rather have somebody pull my beak off.
Ah, you used to be more daring.
Yeah, and my back didn't hurt either.
Furry heavens, it's depressing being around you, Boss Bird. Ooh, maybe a peanut souffle with faux meat.
Oh, stop it, Marty, before I get sick.
Ugh, you're just a boring old man.
I'd rather be boring than dead. I wouldn't eat here if my life depended on it.
The door didn't look like this last time.
Yeah, because last time you tore it out and beat that baboon with it.
Oh, yeah, I remember now. So that's why Zip remodeled the whole place.
He had to. We didn't leave much of it standing.
If I didn't know how nice we are, I'd almost hate ourselves.
Welcome to the club, partner. What's that smell?
You know, I don't want to know.
Zip once had Marty do the dishes because he tried to take off without paying. That was one of the best days of my life.
He sure didn't get any younger.
Or prettier.
You think he's still mad at us?
Frankly, Marty, I don't give a damn.
You think he might know something about the case?
He knows almost everybody in this city. At least he used to once. Let's see if he still does. When I first arrested him, he was barely 14 years old. I was a rookie cop. Who would have thought we'd end up like this?
Oh, daily offer. Almost ham and tomato. Refilled drink. 70 DC. Breakfast time 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Yeah, that was an odd place to throw in a Gone with the Wind reference, but I guess we did it.
Hello, boys. Now, get the hell out of here while I'm asking nicely.
Hey, is that how you greet two old friends?
Hey, I'm not joking, Sonny. I got a shotgun under the bar.
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
If there's still life in you when you're full of buckshot.
Ah, it's going well so far.
We're just here for a coffee, Zip, okay? Like old times.
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's quite noticeable.
Shit. All right. And where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere yet, but we're going somewhere.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
Tell me, how much do you know, Zip?
That depends. How deep is it?
Bottom of the well kind. Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Holy hell! Wessler? You've dipped your wings in deep shit, boys.
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself. We'd be grateful.
Grateful? Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time, eh? You know, Ibn's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself. That's how it was for years anyway.
And?
But now, he left his real estate, the fish racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And ever since, he's been kinda weird. Bottomed out, brooding in the seediest joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this. Weird, huh?
Yeah, weird. Do you think it's about a lady?
It's always about a lady.
Well, there is a woman.
I knew it.
But not like you think.
Is this gonna cost much?
Only a favor, like the good old days.
Okay, I'm in. When I first arrested...
That Natasha's a mysterious woman, a real cursed jewel if you ask me. She came out of nowhere 2 or 3 years ago and landed on the stage of the Millions almost immediately.
Is that so? Interesting.
Yeah, she's got a fantastic voice, makes men go crazy. But we all know that's not what's important. Then suddenly, bam! She got the whole club, just like that. But we know exactly how it was.
I can imagine, yeah. Since then, it operates under the name the Czar Club, right?
The old click is still clicking, right? Yeah, the club was renamed and remodeled. Everyone knows she was Ibn's lover, but she's not your usual canary. She didn't get involved in Ibn's dirty dealings.
Then how exactly does she fit into the picture?
Check this. A few months ago, the old rat pulled out of his own businesses and gave control to Mongrel Mick and his mob.
Mongrel Mick? Doesn't sound familiar.
Mick the Marauder, ring a bell?
Damn, that little monkey came this far?
I think that little shit took advantage of Ibn not being himself.
Which has something to do with this Natasha, right?
That's my guess.
Thanks for the straight dope, Zip. We owe you one.
One? You owe me the price of a new coffee shop, remember?
Okay. Whatever you need. Just call us.
I cluckin' will.
Thanks, pal.
Hey, I'm not your pal, Marty.
You sure talk a lot.
And maybe the past is haunting me. Once a rat, always a rat, right?
Oh, come on, Zippy. Don't be so hard on yourself. You got out in time, and you've been living an honest, ordinary life since then, haven't you?
Yeah, right. How lucky am I, eh?
It's more than what many others get, believe me. What's this no insects allowed shit? You're not like that.
What do you think? If I let one in, all of them will follow. And then I can forget my regular clientele for good.
What clientele? There's no one here.
That's it. Would you take even that away from me?
What's this no...
That's it.
Have you ever been to that place?
Of course, 100 times. Everyone who matters in this city's been there. Sorry, guys. But then, it had a different name and a different owner.
Business affairs, right?
Yeah, that was the dark era, Sonny. I don't want to talk about it.
Roger that.
I've got to say, you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Yeah, after you trashed it, I had to.
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That ocelot and his gorilla.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Sonny, what's your beak?
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue, furball. So, Ibn's gone insane.
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Huh? Why? So, about that woman. Is she really that dangerous?
What woman isn't, huh?
No, Zip. I mean really dangerous.
She's got the most influential gangster of the city wrapped around her finger. She calls him her little furball. How dangerous do you think she is?
You didn't get any younger, pal.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
Of course. You got a better idea?
A couple, yeah. But somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat.
I think we're done here.
Zip once had
Oh, Doodles. Fuck the king.
What insight?
Where all the colors go.
Well, that's a good question, pal.
Off we go.
Poor...
Yeah,
I've heard that.
Off to the club.
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
So this is the famous Tsar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first, we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird.
Poster. Tsar Club, in the most colorful club of the most colorful city. My city is on fire. Brand new hit from the Queen of the Night.
You know, seeing this, I can't wait for the show.
The girls?
New Year's Eve's once a year, right? And we're not on duty.
Have I asked how Laura's doing?
Whoa, hey, I was just kidding, okay? My relationship with Laura is unwavering, like the rhino beauty on this picture.
Interesting taste you've got.
Feathers, scales, or dermal armor, a lady's a lady, my friend.
Thank the wild gods for self-sacrificing gentlemen like you.
You want to see Mrs. Rhino? I think you're going to be in luck.
My city is on fire. This is it. It was on the flyer from Deborah. Maybe we'll get to hear it, if we're unlucky. From none other than our secret employer, Natasha Katsenko.
A job with benefits, huh?
Don't be tasteless.
Oh, I get it now. The title. Do you think it's about the Great Fire of Clawville?
Did you ever think of being a detective?
Very funny.
My city is on... Did you ever think...
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it?
You're reading my mind, boss. Is Lucas really such a big fan?
Lewis. And yes, he's got the whole Chicken Police book series. Damn his taste.
Is Lucas
Lewis.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner. But I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so, the legendary Chicken Police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. That's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal.
Yeah, Lewis is precious. I want to pat him on the head.
Let's not bother him again.
Yes, sir.
All right, fine.
Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
That was kind of deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Amazing.
Let's not bother her.
Okay, boss. Do you remember when the Clawville Chronicle was a really high-quality newspaper?
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Well, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
But still, here we are working together again. Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious.
Tonight, maybe we'll be on the front page once again.
Oh, God forbid.
Tonight?
Oh.
Advertisement power.
Huh, I like this.
Why's that?
I don't know. 'Cause it's moving, I guess.
You're a simple bird, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Moonlight Boulevard. Or Boulevard? A Clawville story.
Epur si muove.
Oh, bless you.
It means, and yet it moves, bird brain. An old wolf named Galileo said that.
Oh, I see. And what did he mean by that?
Dunno. I think there was something wrong with his stomach.
Ouch.
Epurs.
Ouch.
Ouch. Are you a simple bird? Do you like Spinny? I love Spin. Spinny fun.
One day, neon signs will cover the whole world, I'm telling you.
You read that in some kind of science fiction book?
No, it's just what I think.
Oh, so you have your own thoughts now. The world's really moving forward.
Pluck off, Sonny.
The Czar Club. I'm not gonna forget this buzzing red neon light anytime soon.
Jeez, look at that guy.
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Yeah, I bet his name's Bill.
Nah, he's definitely a Bob.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in.
Jeez, look.
That's not... Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah,
Don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
Jeez, that's not... Just one more thing. This list of yours, where should we sign up again?
I'm afraid if you don't know, it's not my place to tell you, sir. Excusez-moi, the regulations, you know.
You hear that, Sonny?
I do, Marty. I do.
I'm gonna lose my crest from this guy. Just wait.
Just don't get too excited, Marty. Not tonight. Anyway, thanks, pal.
Yes, gentlemen.
Hey, big guy, what's your name again?
My name is Archibald, sir. Archibald Conway.
Well, that's not a Bob.
Excusez-moi, monsieur?
What? No way, that's not even a real name.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, sir, but my name is Archibald Conway, without any doubt. Blackjack Conway to my friends.
Well, thanks, Blackjack. It was a pleasure. We'll be on our way now. Look, I really don't want any trouble, but...
It is even more inconvenient for me, sir, but this place doesn't like coppers. Forgive this slang. I can't let just anybody in, and there are some I am strictly forbidden to. Please, you have to understand.
Listen here, you cow. Do you have any idea who we are? You ever read the papers?
Marty, no!
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I get the news and more, and I must admit it's an honor to meet you in person, Mr. Santino Featherland and Mr. Marty Machikin. The Bell of the Pantheress is one of my favorite books.
Oh my God, not the books again.
So it would be terribly inconvenient for me if I had to use force on you, gentlemen.
What did you just say?
Relax, Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast. Thanks for the information, pal. Have a nice night.
Thank you for understanding, gentlemen. And forgive me for my austere composition.
No problem, Shakespeare. Say, big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
Say, big guy, is this your job? To stand in front of the club and keep out decent fellows like us all night?
Not entirely, monsieur. My employer has many other kinds of jobs for me. He is quite creative in his field, I must say.
Like?
Like what?
Exactly.
Sorry, monsieur. I'm not,
permitted to say anything more about the matter. Regulations, yeah, I know. This bullshit just gave me a headache.
So sorry to hear that, sir.
What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
Well, she owns the place.
And, that's it? Well, that's, unbelievable.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
Let's not bother. Okay. Look, Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners are impeccable. Am I right?
Yes, indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Yeah, something like that.
No, no problem at all. Come with me. I'll talk to him.
Much obliged, pal.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Excuse me.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong?
Marty, how the fuck are you still on the force?
Is Lucas really such a big...
Lewis, and yeah,
sir. How'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Aworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
Naturellement, sir.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
The Tsar Club welcomes you, gentlemen.
Thanks, buddy. The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilt whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Well, here we are.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Ah, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
Which we will do next time. Oh, can we rotate? Oh, we can't rotate it 100 degrees, but that's... Whoa. It's just fucking turn around and there's just a man staring at me. Hopefully it saves. I don't know how the saving works, but I'm hoping it just kind of saved. All right. Give me one moment and we'll just talk about what we're doing the rest of this week. Hello, I am no longer Noir. Alright, so that was the end of our scheduled streams. As always, I'll be back next week. We finished Parapecia, we finished Halo. We're almost finished Armored Core, so we'll be doing that. And Chicken Police, so we've got some new games to start. Oh, better start figuring out what that's going to be. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you had a good time with this. I'm really excited to see more of this. It's such a charming game. And I appreciate that it's fully voice acted, so I don't have to read every single line. That's part of the reason I decided to stream it. Alrighty, let's see who we could send you off to. Why don't we send you off to Homo Sapien, who's doing some Rise of the Ronin, which is a game that I was kind of tempted to pick up, I just also don't have the money for it right now. Alright, here's our raid message. You can unlock these emotes with your channel points if you're not subscribed, otherwise feel free to say stroke raid. Let our raid target know that they are being supported. Alright, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll be back on Thursday with another set of streams. Until then, hope you have a great week. And take care. Bye-bye.